YouTube channel, throughout social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us here in the show, we got Brian Bitler with us, Jovan Burts, Brad Francis, Rod Zawacky. I got Jay Briggs and David Racey, and here's how they'll line up for this evening. Bitler, Racey, Briggs, Francis, Burts, Zawacky, then I will close this one out. All right, on the board tonight, Monday Night Football, handful of games from the NBA, NHL, and some college hoops as well. We'll have a little bit of everything on the show today. Let's get the show underway. Let's welcome in Brian Bitler. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Prim. We'll bring Brian in right now, ready to roll here with Brian Bitler to start the week here on the drive-thru. Brian, how you doing? You're all relaxed here after Thanksgiving.
I'll tell you what, nothing better to start the week with all these great handicappers here from PickDogs.com and being on the drive-thru. Definitely looking to start a new week. I've had a horrible run since Thanksgiving, but it's Monday, time to start a new week, and we got plenty of games to get excited for today.
Lots of games tonight with a lot of sports in action, so we're looking forward to for tonight's action. And we go here to this one with the Pacers and the Trailblazers going head-to-head. The Trailblazers, boy, that's the Chauncey Billups, man, you got to just be pulling your hair out. You look like you had a nice, armchair, rocking chair win, and then you blow it in the fourth quarter against the Milwaukee Bucks, blowing that big lead. But anyway, they're on the road tonight to face the Pacers. The Pacers, 11.5 down from the 12. That's the sharpest book in the world. So let me take a look. Oh, everyone else is at 12 right now. So sharpest book getting Trailblazers money. This one sees a total of 240.5.
Definitely liking it even more. This morning it was about 12.5, 13. So it's nice that it's moving in the right direction. Everybody knows I like my crappy teams. I'm going to roll here with the dreadful Portland Trailblazers as my best NBA free pick today. This team is bad, but even 11.5 points, that's a ton of points for this Pacers team to lay, I think. Blazers coming off a cover game while they hung with Milwaukee Bucks, really blew that game, actually. And the Blazers come in here off 2 games straight covering the spread. This Blazers team, though, has covered 6 of the last 10 versus the Indiana Pacers. And we have the best scoring team in the NBA. 128 points per game are the Pacers, but they're also one of the worst on defense. I think this Blazers offense will be able to do enough to keep pace here. I see this as being a 9 to 10 point win for Indiana. I'm going to take the Portland Trailblazers plus the 11.5.
Yeah, I see it about the same way. I see Portland should be around 10. This one up to 12 here. Yeah, I'm with you there on this one. It's just at this point here, you're going to have to take sometimes those uncomfortable sides, and more than likely you're going to cover these games. We saw that with Portland yesterday, and they're making these Pacers lines so big. Of course, total they've been one of those 14-1 over teams, 240.5. Again, the Pacers' poor defense will allow Portland to get some shots off here.
Also, the lack of rebounding for the Pacers. I think they come in at rank 29th now. The Blazers aren't great at 27th here, but the Indiana Pacers are a team that I like to play when I'm getting the points or as close to a pick, but laying double digits, I try to look on the other way in this one. Portland did a good job the other night with Milwaukee, so I think they can keep this one respectable.
All right, there we go with Brian here. Likes the Blazer plus the 12 against the Pacers. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern Time, top of the hour. Check it out over on the NBA League Pass channel. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, as we said, a little bit of everything on the board tonight. NBA, we got NHL up there. College Hoops has some games up there as well, featuring some of the West Coast teams on a Monday. NHL, NFL as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Trying to get back in stride with this new week. I got a premium play in the NFL, NBA, and in college basketball tonight. Get all 3 in my Money Shot 3-pack for $50. Or my best bet is in the NFL tonight, $25 over at PickDogs.com. Gets the titanium play. So guys, make sure you do that or team up with one of these all-star handicappers. I know Jay Briggs is having a spectacular week. Can't go wrong there, and I'm definitely due to start turning it around. So guys, make sure you head on over to PickDogs.com and pick up a package.
On board here with Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, this is the time of a week when people like to get that 7-day pass. So why don't you get 7-day pass from Brian? All those premium plays for 7 days. All your NBA, all your college basketball, NHL, college football. We got championship week coming up. with the championship games here on conference championship games on Friday and Saturday. 10 games all together. Of course, the NFL coming in heavy here with the games here on Thursday, Monday, and Sunday. So best time is that 7-day pass. Pick as a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again on Friday when you have all this turned around.
I'll catch you on Friday. I'm looking forward to Tuesday. Tomorrow, the Kentucky Wildcats put the beat down on the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh!
Who knows? We'll see how that one goes. I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
Again, for some college hoops action. Now the time of the year when we're going to get some of these really good non-conference games, so keep an eye on that. All right, Brian, have a great rest of the week. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right, thanks for having me, Tone. I'll catch you at the end of the week.
You got it. Brian Bitler here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, David Racey. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. You also can catch his written work on the site. We'll talk a bit about that a little later in this segment. We'll bring in David. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Ready to roll here. More NHL coverage with David. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. I'm still grieving from my Thanksgiving Day loss from my Lions, but
oh my goodness,
we'll get past it. We'll get
what's
past
it. What's happening to Goff?
I don't know, but he needs to figure it out because he's people in Detroit are starting to hit the panic button. That's for sure.
Yeah, there are no doubt about that one, hitting the panic button. They pulled it out against the Bears, but still, those that had money on the Lions felt they should have got that. They should have got the money in. Almost did it. They almost got the miraculous fumble recovery at the end, right?
Yeah, no, that's right. But yeah, 2 games in a row that they've played pretty poorly. So we need to turn it around. We have a tough road matchup this week. So we'll see. Yeah,
we'll see how that rolls here for these Lions team. Tonight we're going back on the ice here. Late night action here. Sharks here to host the Capitals. The Capitals on the road laying 237. We see a total 5.5.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. I've had the opportunity to fade the Sharks all season long. And I'm going to continue to do that here again tonight. San Jose is the worst team in the NHL. They did get a win in their last game against Vancouver, 4-3, and they played decently in the game before that against Montreal, losing in a shootout. But I'm going to continue to fade the Sharks team. They only have 4 wins on the season, and they've lost 3-1 and 5-0 in their last 2 games following a victory. The Sharks offense is only scoring 1.62 goals per game. And they're only 72% on the penalty kill, so they're not doing too many things right here. And they're playing a Washington team that has played well recently. They did lose their last game 5-0 at home to Edmonton, but they've won 5 out of their last 6. They're 3-1-1 on the road. They haven't done the best either scoring goals, but they have scored 4 goals in 4 of their last 6 games. So the offense is starting to turn it around for Washington. The Capitals did beat San Jose 3-1 in their first meeting back in October. And I'm just going to fade this San Jose team. I know Washington has their issues as well. I think they're only like 6% on the power play, which is just miserable. But going against the Sharks penalty kill, that should help. And like I said, the Sharks are just really bad. They've played 2 decent games recently, but I'm going to stick with the whole season trend, fade the Sharks, and take Washington minus the 1.5 here.
All right, David says take the Capitals a puck line, lay a goal and a half, plus 110 here against the Sharks. I think the Sharks have shown a little resilience at home here. Back early in the month, beating Philadelphia, beating Edmonton there, dropping games to Florida, but beating St. Louis, then coming home, tying Montreal, and then beating Vancouver. It seems to me there should be a little more plus dollars on this cap side. I think that's basically how our Sharks have shown at home recently.
Yeah, and they have. The Sharks have played. They definitely have played better at home than on the road. On the road, they are, I believe, 0-9 with all 9 losses by at least 2 goals. So that's something to think about on their next road trip. But, yeah, no, San Jose has played better at home. They've played better in their last 2 games. But if you look at the full season body of work, they're just not good, and they have some talent. I don't love the goaltending. And this Washington team's playing well. Washington started the season pretty poorly. They started like 1-4 or 1-5, something like that. And since then, they've really turned it on. So this is a chance for them to start a road trip here on the right foot, and I think they get it done here.
All right, we got David here, Capitals, puck line, lay the puck in half, plus 110 here against the Sharks. And just piggybacking on the Sharks here on the road, I will let you guys know here after this game tonight. We're looking at the Sharks going on back east. We're looking at a 6-game road trip Then they come home for 1 and then go on the road for 2. 8 of their next 9 will be on the road. And really that game at home against Winnipeg is going to play like a road game because you come home, then you pack up and you leave again.
Yeah, no, that's true. That looks like a lot of opportunities to fade the Sharks once again because, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're 0-9 with 9 straight 2-goal losses or more. So yeah, it's they've been terrible. Like they're bad all year, but they've been horrible on the road.
Yeah, they're going to spend much of the month of December on the road. The early part of December is going to be tough here sledding here for the Sharks team as it's going to be a long trip. No doubt about that coming up here for San Jose. We got David here, Capitals puck line, lay the puck at half at Sharks plus 110. Late night action, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, action on the board right now here from NBA as well as NHL. David having a fantastic year in the NHL this year. As you can see the numbers here, 1,030 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Pin. So these numbers we put up, you can verify those by simply going to David's handicapper page, and you can verify those numbers there. All right, what do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, tonight I have 3 NHL plays. 2 of them are up individually, and I also have them all together in a 3-pack. I also have 1 NBA play and 1 NFL play. But like you said, yeah, hockey's been good to me this year. Over the last 7 days, I'm 75%. And for the season, as you can see, I've been pretty successful. So head on over there. Like Brian said, join me or pair me up with one of the other cappers, and let's have a good night.
That's right, guys. Got to go with David Racey over at Pick.com. You see the great results from David here in the NHL, or 1,000 units of profit. So a good time to get on board with David on those long-term passes. We always talk to you guys about that 7-day pass here on a Monday because there's a lot of coverage here on this week, especially with the college football championship games. David also showing great profit over the last 7 days. Again, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. NHL showing some profit as well this year to start college hoops as well. All right, David, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next Monday, but we can also find your work over in written form over on the sites.
Yep, that's right. I'm one of the free pick article writers over at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. You go to the site, there's a free pick tab. You click on that, you click on what sports you're looking for, and you can get a free pick on just about every single game. Sports Chat just does the major college basketball games, but over at pickdogs.com, you can get every single college basketball game. You get a free pick. So it's a great place to see some stats, see some trends, and get a free pick. So head on over to the sites and check it out.
Yep, head on over to the sites, check it out. David Racey, they're up in the Michigan area, Detroit. Of course, right now we're seeing a lot of deals going on in Major League Baseball, including in your division. Minnesota loses the starting pitcher.
Yeah,
two of them, by the way, right? Maeda.
And how about the Tigers grabbing Maeda is interesting. I didn't see that coming, but we'll take all the help we can get. That division is weak, so if the Tigers can make a couple moves, maybe we can compete here in the Central this upcoming year. But still early, plenty of time for moves to happen. But definitely excited to see something happening because the Tigers had to shake some things up.
We have a very sophisticated audience. I can talk baseball here on our show and on this network because these are very smart bettors, sophisticated guys that are in the grind. We see them here in the summer months talking baseball. So just to put this in your memory bank, that Minnesota's getting weaker, Detroit getting a little stronger. Who's that pitcher I always forget about that was on the injured list? Was he going to come back soon? The right-hander?
Who was it? Casey Mize?
Yeah, Casey Mize, yeah.
I don't know with him. He should be. All the talk is that he will be back, but he's had a couple of setbacks. So we'll see. I mean, they have some good young pitchers. Yeah. If they can stay healthy, with Skubal, Mize, Manning, if they can stay healthy, they can be pretty good. But as we've seen like this past year, they were hurt for the majority of the year. So we'll see. But it's exciting to have those players in the pipeline. All it takes is a little bit of injury luck, and maybe we can string a decent season together.
Yeah, keep an eye on those Tigers. Minnesota going to weaken here. We're losing 2 starters. All right, Dave, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, I appreciate it, Tony. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, David Racey here on the drive-thru. Just something to put in your memory bank. I know it's early. I know we're still about 5 months. Actually, no, we're less than 4 months away from baseball. But it's always good to have this knowledge in your brain because you don't want to be caught. That might be a team to play on here, and maybe a team to go against here. Because I think these Tigers at some point are going to make a move here because they've accumulated some really nice young talent and add some veterans in there. Keep an eye on them. Of course, they've got that longtime veteran retiring, so I think it's time for a new chapter in Detroit. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, Jay Briggs, because coming off the World Series champs with the Rangers. We'll catch him over at Pick Dodge Prim. We'll bring in Jay in right now. Some NBA from Jay here. Let's see if we can bring him in right now. I think we'll be all set to roll here in just a second here. Jay Briggs, ready to go. Here we go, Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, my man, what's happening?
That's going great. We're seeing some of the moves in baseball. I know it's early. We'll see how many guys you can retain after winning that World Series.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting offseason. We got to bring back guys like Montgomery, who was instrumental for us to make it. But, every time I turn my head, when you hear the Ohtani sweepstakes, you're hearing the Texas Rangers right there in the mix. So I definitely would love that as well. So I know, Tony T, I said the same thing. It's kind of crazy to think that the 2-14 Detroit Pistons are favored over anybody. But believe it or not, I'm actually going to lay the points with them here. I understand how they got to being the favorite. Well, first off, they're home. Second off, I think on paper they're slightly the better team when I just look at it player for player, man for man, roster for roster. The Wizards are also banged up. I'm for sure not expecting them to show up much here on the road. It's probably going to be a competitive game, but I think with the addition of Durham back in the fold, I like the head coach better for the Detroit Pistons. I think the Pistons have the better player overall in Cade Cunningham here. And I think that this is going to be a nice, solid win for the Pistons in the end at home. These two teams are very similar, 2-14, both 7-9, I want to say, against the number. Hey, like Tony T said, this is it's one of those matchups, but it's a chance to make a little money, and I'm going to have a few dollars here on the Detroit Pistons. I think they're slightly the better team when they pull it off.
Yeah. You should be able to find two, as we can now report. We can now confirm that Jordan Poole will be in the lineup tonight for Washington. Some people may call that a negative for Washington.
He wasn't playing all that well 100%, so playing banged up, will it, take that for what you want. But I think the Pistons are capable of pulling this one off at home tonight.
All right, you're kind of going against conventional wisdom. Most people say, well, when two bad teams play, just take the underdog. Sometimes the underdog on the money line.
It's usually not a bad spot. I kind of use that same thought process a lot as well, but I don't know. I actually think the Pistons are the better team. I really do. I think they're just the better team on paper. I think they've played a kind of a tougher schedule. I think the future is brighter for Detroit. I see the path forward for Detroit to improve. Washington, not so much. I think this Washington team, Poole may not be there by the end of the season. Kuzma may not either. I think Washington is probably 29 right now with 30 teams in the NBA. They might be 30 of 30. They're that bad. I see the path forward for Detroit. Washington, I don't know what their future looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good, right? It's not been really good. And Kyle Kuzma is just a scorer, but doesn't do a whole lot more on the court. You see a lot of kind of an inconsistency. You get the numbers on the points-wise, but not enough rebounds, assists to play the team game. Of course, with Jordan Poole, it's going to be tough, right? Because he gets that ball and just drives it like a little Westbrook, the way he plays out there, right? A young Westbrook just kind of
need a veteran over there or something in Washington. They got some young guys that I don't know if I necessarily want being the vocal leaders in my locker room. Play-wise, can they compete with some of the best guys in the NBA? Probably. But are they necessarily the vocal leaders necessary to have a good team? I don't think so. They need some.
What bothers me with the Pistons, and I've been watching this Pistons. Of course, I've been we all have the packages. We watch these games. They don't put the Pistons on TV, but you can find them on TV on the NBA packages. But the thing that bothers me the most with the Pistons is they have the worst home court advantage, I think, in basketball. And this is not just this year. This is going over the course of the last 5-6 years.
And that's not a crazy statement. I would probably agree with you. But again, I could see the Pistons being the Magic in 2 years. Yeah. It's just they got to lay the foundation. I think after let Asar get his feet wet a little more. Let Kay Cunningham get some more reps under his belt. Probably add one more piece this year in the draft, and next year they're going to be a really solid team. The pieces are there, and Duran has missed a ton of time this season. I think that's a big piece in this game as well. I think they're slightly better than the Wizards, and I think
they can't get Bogdanovich on the court. Harris can't get on the court. I mean, these are just some supporting guys.
I want the Wizards to trade Bogdanovich to my Mavs. That's what I want.
That's what they want him, right? That's what you got him over there. There we go. Jay here on the Pistons lay the 2.5. You can find 2s out there because of the Jordan Poole news right now, by the way. This one tonight will have a start time 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Jay has been on absolute fire. And for those of you on Jay's high roller, the Dime Players Club, you guys are making mint. If you checked out Jay on Twitter, man, it's some monster numbers right now. Over the last 30 days, over 2,500 units of profit. NBA, we got also on the board to college hoops, NFL, on the ice as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. I have 4 plays total tonight. I have 3 in the NBA and then 1 in the NFL. So you guys can scoop up the NFL and the NBA play individually. We're 13-3-2, last 18 on our NBA play of the day. So you guys can scoop that up. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward there. And up over 1,000 units here at Pick Dogs in NFL and NBA. The best time for me right now to hop on something long term and let me help you make some money over an extended period of time, or pair me up 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 4 for 1. Pair me up with one of the guys here at Big Dogs. Hey, buy low on somebody who's not really that hot right now. It's usually a great time to catch them right on the way up. Pair us both up right now, man, and let's make some money here at Big Dogs.
That's right, guys. Come over Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. Been lightning hot right now. 2,553 units of profit last 3 days. That's all document showing profit last 7 days, last 24 hours. Jay's been on fire. Great NFL season, great NBA season. Over when you combine those numbers, over 1,600 units of profit there. Also showing profit in college hoops, even profit on the ice as well. So Jay's hitting on all cylinders right now, guys. Get on board. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. And of course, we mentioned earlier, Jay, you've got that high roller package going on right now as well.
Yes, I have my All Access Club. You guys can join the All Access Club. It's really for my big bettors out there, the guys that are betting, 500 to 1,000 to, plus more a night in the NBA. But if that's you, then my All Access Club is for you guys, man. I promise you, it'll pay for itself in the end the way I'm running right now. The reason it's so good is because I'm rating my plays. I'm able to kind of tell you guys the unit size of the bet you should place rather than have a Pick Dogs. Hey, you guys can still buy the premium plays, of course. But everything's rated, at 1. In the All Access Club, that's not the case. So you're able to see how I'm betting the games individually, and you're able to make a lot of money with the rating system. So, hey, if you think it's for use for my big bettors out there, you got to be able to play the volume. But if that's for you, man, join the All Access Club. And right now it's paying really good dividends. Last 30 days, we're up over 60 units. So at $1,000, that's $60K. At 100, that's $6K. So if that's for you, man, come join us on the All Access.
All Access Club. Take it to the next level with Jay. And of course, Jay, how can they get information about that? How do they sign up?
Yes, I need you to text the number 775-776-7674. There we go, off the top of my head. Text my guy Costi, or you can text the number for the Dime Club as well. We'll set up a time to talk just to figure out if the package is for you. Again, it's for my big bettors. If not, I drop the jam session every day. Cook up every single game there, and of course I got the premium plays. It's just that next level service that the bigger bettors have asked me for. So that's
next level up there, guys. It's something for everybody now. All right, Jay, as always, continue that great success. We can catch you here on the mornings as well. Of course, you mentioned your NBA Jam session.
Yes, sir. And you guys can catch me here in a little bit at halftime. Me, Money Man, Mitch, and Ruffalo with Bears Vikings. Not the most exciting game, but division game. The Vikings been exciting. Still one of the hottest teams in the NFL. Should be a decent game tonight. Can't wait to watch it. We'll be live at halftime, and you can catch the jam session in the morning. In-season tournament back tomorrow. Can't wait for that. And that's coming down to an end. Is tomorrow the last day for the in-season tournament? I think it is.
Yeah, some of these teams.
Before the actual tournament begins, I think it is. So, yeah, man, cook that up tomorrow. I'll be on the morning show tomorrow as well. So, ton of content for me. I host the weekend shows, bring in all the guys you see right here on the drive-thru, like Jovan, Brian, David pops in, everybody pops in, man. So Rod, my guy Hot Rod, Zawacky,
Rod
everybody
Zawacky.
pops in, man. Hot Rod,
Nice.
my guy.
That's how you roll. Big Al.
So check us out, man, here at Big Dogs.
You got it. Check them out, guys. Like, subscribe, hit those notifications so when Jay's drops those videos or he's live, especially Monday Night Football, those halftime picks, keep that phone ready around the 2-minute warning. You'll get the notification to sign into it. All right, Jay, keep up the great work. We'll catch up with you here tomorrow on the drive-thru. We'll catch you at halftime.
Yes, sir. See you tonight at halftime. And yes, sir, Tony T, I will see you tomorrow.
Got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue up next. Let's bring him in. Brad Francis, catch him over at Pick Dogs. We'll start some college hoops coverage for you tonight. We'll bring in Brad right now. I think we're set to roll. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? How we doing today?
Doing great. TV game tonight on the U. Late night action here. So you're looking for the bailout game? This is the bailout. They don't start later than this one tonight. Utah and St. Mary's here tonight. We got the Gales here favored 4.5, total 134.5.
Yep, yeah, you got some time to lock this one, and it's going to be a late one. But I'm going to take my chances with Utah getting the points here. Utah is coming off back-to-back losses, but it's against a good Houston team, and they also lost to a tough St. John's team. St. Mary's, they have 3 losses on the season, and I've thought that Utah has looked much better in their losses than St. Mary's has. This St. Mary's team lost to a Weaver team that they were favored by 15.5 points in that game and ended up losing outright. I thought that was a pretty alarming. St. Mary's in the past, they've had good teams, but I think we may see an off year for the St. Mary's team. Utah, they've been able to put up points this season. They've shot the three ball well. They're currently ranked 29th in the country in 3-point percentage. I could see St. Mary's just struggling to keep up on the offensive end. They've dropped less than 60 points in 4 of their last 5 games. So I'm going to take my chances with Utah. Getting the points, I can see them winning outright, but I'm going to play it safe and take the points here with Utah.
All right, we got Brad here on Utah. Matter of fact, looking at Ken Palm, he has this one, St. Mary's -1. So if you're one of those Palm reader subscribers, you see there's a little bit of point value there, 3.5 point edge there. If you're liking the underdog here, Utah, like Brian is, or I'm sorry, like Brad is liking this one. Of course, yeah. When you look at Utah to start the season, a lot of good efficiency numbers on offense, 37th in the nation, defensive efficiency, 49th in the nation. Good rebounding team. So these are some of the and great 3-point shooting teams. This is something you like here from this Utes team.
Exactly, yeah. And like I said,
I forgot to say this. They're also the biggest team in the league. The big center came back. They have the largest team in the league.
I love that there as well. And yeah, I was looking at some of St. Mary's numbers. What they do well is they rebound the ball well on the offensive end, and I saw that Utah was pretty good at stopping the offensive rebound. So that was another stat I liked that I didn't put in my little write-up here. But yeah, man, I agree with Kimpo. I think this should be a pick'em or a St. Mary's -1 type spread. So that's why I'm loving Utah.
Yeah, good value there on Utah. Although one thing, this is their first true road game. They're coming off 3 neutral site games that they had to play there over in Charleston on the 19th. So this was about last weekend, right? This was last weekend, not last weekend, the weekend before. So it's been a while. They have enough rest here in this spot. Hitting the road, coming back home after they beat Wake Forest to start it. Then they dropped to Houston, dropped to St. John's. Those aren't losses that, to be ashamed of, because Houston is number 1 in Ken Palm, St. John's 67.
Exactly, yeah. They've played, both these teams have actually played pretty solid schedules. But like I said, Utah's losses, I'm not mad at them at all. But St. Mary's losses, they're alarming. So that's another good point there.
Yeah, they were run off the court there against San Diego State and Xavier. And that Weber State game, a home loss there after being probably their best looks have been their bookend games. New Mexico and Davidson coming home there. We'll see how that rolls tonight. Here, a lot of red here on offense here for this St. Mary's team. Effective field goal percentage, 303rd in the nation. I know it's early. 251th in 3-point shooting, 299 from 2, 339 from the free throw line. So there's some offensive issues. Again, but when you face San Diego State and Xavier, these are defensive-minded teams, it's going to make your offense look a little bad too. So keep that in mind too. But again, the big edge on Ken Palm, you get 3.5 points of value here with Utah plus 4.5 here against St. Mary's tonight, 11 Eastern time. It's televised on ESPNU. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we do have college hoops. Got a lot of West Coast games, small conference in action as well. NBA, NFL on the ice as well. Brad has been on absolute fire. 2,085 units of profit the last 30 days, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. You can verify that by going to Brad's handicapper page. The numbers are there. 7 days showing great profit as well. Yesterday coming off with a big performance. Great NBA, great college hoops, great NFL numbers. Brad is hitting on all cylinders right now. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, man, I've been very hot lately, and I want to keep it going. And I just have a 3-pack tonight. And it's my favorite play in the NFL game, my favorite college basketball play, and then my favorite NBA play. As Tony just said, I am up in all 3 of those sports. So I'm looking at a sweep. I actually feel really confident about tonight's slate. So great time to hop on my 3-pack. But, of course, I think this is a great time to hop on a 7-day pass personally. You'll get my plays this weekend, and you'll get my plays all week. I've said this before, but these heaters don't last forever. So it's time to jump on.
That's right, guys. Getting aboard with Brad Francis over at Pick Dodge Premium. Great results here. You might consider that 1-month pass, because you get that 1-month pass, you get a lot of bowl action up until the 27th with college football bowls, as well as championship weekend, NBA, NHL as well, NFL. Great time to get that 1-month pass. Remember the promo code PICK. You'll save 15% off at checkout. All right, Brad, is always great having you on your show. Man, he's been on apps. Brad has just been on absolute fire over at Pick Dogs. You guys better check him out there. Of course, Brad, I know you also have your parlay video series over at Pick Dogs as well.
Yes, sir. Yep, dropping the parlay videos 365 days a year. So yeah, man, check that out. YouTube, Pick Dogs, and then you'll find those the day before the games are played. So go check that out.
Check them out, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Brad drops those parlay videos, you get them. Because Brad's been red hot. You want to get those plays. All right, Brad, continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again end of the week.
All right. Thank you, Tony T. Have a good night.
And I'm glad you got your tree up already.
Yeah. I'm at my parents' place. So,
all right, cool.
They get it up. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Tony.
You got it.
Yep.
Brad Francis here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we're going to go ahead and bring in Jovan Burts. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's go ahead and bring Jovan in right now. NBA coverage here. One of the marquee matchups tonight on the schedule features Philadelphia and the Lakers tonight. Looks like LeBron James was just upgraded to probable. We'll bring him in right now. For see in the chat room. I think Ramon put that in the chat for us. Let's go ahead and bring in Jovan Burts. We'll bring him in here in just a second. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. This one is your game 1 of the NBA TV doubleheader featuring the 76ers and the Lakers. We got the Sixers favored 5.5 and 5 in some places. We see the total 231.5.
Yeah, this should have been a premium play, but it's not, so you're getting it for free. I'm on the Sixers in this one. Now, with these two teams, it's just one of those situations where the Sixers have a psychological edge over the Lakers. 9-1 straight up in the last 10 and 7-3 against the spread. Now, LeBron has been upgraded to probable, but I don't think that matters because, their rotation has so many injuries and they role players that's, that were looked upon to, contribute. They're not playing some of these guys, and that's really done something to their second unit. So while these first units, the starting lineups are, evenly matched. Once you get into, your backups, that's where the Sixers have the edge, and that's where they're gonna pull away. Lengthen a lead if they have one. When they make transitions from starters to bench players, and getting the breathing time that they need, like Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, guys that are coming for them, Tobias Harris, they have the edge as far as I'm concerned. So, with that being said, you're going to get a strong performance out of LeBron. You're definitely going to get a strong performance out of Embiid and Maxey, Tobias Harris, maybe even AD. Who knows? You don't know which AD you're going to get out there. He might fall down and, act like he broke a hip or something. You know what I'm saying? He does have a hip injury right now. He's playing through it. But, with that said, I think that the Sixers get this done by somewhere in the 7 to 9 point range. All
right, Jovan says 76ers here laying the 5.5 now in most places is the line here in this one. LeBron now has been confirmed he will be in the starting lineup. Out for the Lakers will be Hachimura, Reddish, Vanderbilt, and Vincent. They're expecting Vanderbilt and Hachimura to be contributors off the bench. House, Oubre, and Springer out for the Philadelphia. But again, Tyrese Maxey's in, Tobias Harris, Embiid, Batum, and Embiid there against this Lakers here. We know the Lakers have had some issues on the road, not recently against Cleveland, but they have not defended that well on the road. Matter of fact, I think they're giving up almost 48% shooting on the road this year, and Philadelphia have been pretty good at home.
Yeah, not only that, but you have a situation where if the Lakers lose, they're getting blown out. Save for the last game that they lost against Dallas, where, at home they came back from a big deficit and almost pulled it out, but didn't. Just get these guys just get steamrolled on the road, when they lose. On the other side, the Sixers, when they win, they most likely cover. You know what I mean? So I think all but one of the games they played where they won, they covered. So that's just another layer to this particular handicap.
Yeah, Embiid out early there shooting free throw. Embiid warming up. He looks like his mind's on this game. He's out there early for the warm ups.
Oh yeah, marquee matchup, man. He gotta be ready. Trying to win back-to-back MVPs out there. These are the type of games, spotlight games, man, where you got to do it.
It seems to me that Rasheed Wallace is now the voice. Is now the what do you call those guys? The voice for the current players in the NBA. I don't know if you caught his podcast with Bonzi Wells, but he gets pretty deep in what's going on the court with the referees. And boy, but some of the players, what they think about Doc Rivers, that man does no adjustments. They think he's one of the worst strategists in the league. They're happy to see him go.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, when guys or coaches, leave the sidelines, or courtside in this case, players they like to get a little mouthy. You know what I'm saying? They don't hold back. And and in this day and age where you have so many athletes trying to find a way into the media side of things with these podcasts and everything, they go off the cuff with it. You know what I'm saying? And they're ruthless. I haven't caught that particular podcast, but I do catch other ones, and they let it spill.
Yeah,
that's one thing I can't say. They don't leave nothing. They listen. Their opinion. They all have strong opinions, and some of them are more thoughtful than others.
Yeah.
But other ones, like a guy like Rasheed Wallace, he doesn't care.
Oh my God.
So he's gonna give it to you. He's gonna give it to you how he feels. It is what it is. He has no tact with him whatsoever. He's not a diplomat at all.
No, these NBA podcasts with these former players, man. Oh man, it's just crap. Rasheed Wallace, I went to say he's now the mouthpiece for the former players because he just spills out the dirt. He just lays it out there, man. He doesn't care.
Right.
Him and Bonzi, it's funny.
The thing about it is, when these coaches have a hard time because it's really on the players, especially in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You could be an X&O guy, do this and do that. But when he was with the Celtics, this is what I will say. When Doc Rivers was with the Celtics, he pulled and, pushed the buttons of the players the right way. You know what I'm saying? And it's based on the level of talent. He got the most out of those players because those players were championship level players once they got together. Now, when he went to the Clippers, no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then when he went to Philly, it remains to be seen who Joel Embiid really is. Now, if he's able to, get to the championship, get to the finals, and win a championship, then you could say, okay, Doc Rivers lost his fastball. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really care about players, ex-players, voicing their opinion on things because the talent wins out in this league.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, Rasheed still can't forgive Dunleavy for calling a timeout. He said that gave the Lakers momentum, calling a timeout halfway through the game when they were up like big on that game, memorable Game 7.
You're talking about Game 7? Game 7, 2010?
Yep.
Listen. You know who took that away from? You know who took that game away from the Celtics? The refs.
Yeah.
If you look back from midway through the third quarter, all up until through the end of the game, listen, they were calling fouls on the Celtics, weren't calling any on the Lakers. They both were battling, and they were living at the line. The Lakers were living at the line, especially Kobe Bryant. They wanted that man to get that championship, and they did everything in their power to give him that championship, and he got the championship. Look at that game. You watched that game. I played it back before. No, but I know I watched it in real time and everything.
With a Shaq dunk?
You know, listen, they were up by 13 at one point, and slowly but surely that lead slipped away, and they lost the championship. That wasn't Doc Rivers' fault. That was the NBA.
That was Dunleavy. He blamed Dunleavy. That was Dunleavy at the time. But he has current issues. He has current issues with Doc Rivers. He's kind of the mouthpiece, I guess, for the players. And explain.
Right.
He also will tell you why Mark Jackson is not a head coach. It has nothing to do with his coaching stuff that he does off the. That kind of, if you like that kind of talk, that's what you get. That's what you get from Bonzi from Bonzi and Rashid. They really go deep, man.
It makes for good entertainment with those two, because they were characters when they were playing on the court. Definitely were. I'll say that about it.
Oh yeah,
but she's my guy too. I like him. Bonzi Welch, he was a head case. You know what I'm saying? So those two together. Hey, remember back in their Portland days?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's and they will tell you when, like Bonzi's story, when you're at the end, he goes, when you're at the end of your leg and you get your last contract, the coach said he went to his coach. He said, well, the GM liked me. That's why I'm here. The coach says, well, I'm not going to need you. Just relax. You're not going to do any playing unless we really, really need you. You're just going to collect the check. that's what happens to these veterans. It's crazy. It is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So those veterans that are at the end of the bench.
Have you caught anything that Donaghy has said? Because that's the person that.
You know what? I haven't. He's been on with Bonzi and Rashid. I haven't caught that one yet, but I want to see that up. He's been all over that podcast.
Now that's the guy that gives them some insight, because he was a referee.
Yep. And
he knows how these things go. You know what I'm saying? And if you could fit that into your handicapping, as far as like the mindset of these referees, and if you know the tendencies of these referees, and you gotta wait until like a certain time to get the scheduled referees in anyway. So, but if you could fit that into your handicapping, it does some difference. It does some difference if you could know these certain referees' tendencies with certain players and certain teams.
Yep, you get that information from all these former NBA players' podcasts. They get really deep into this stuff, and they do mention a lot about the coaching, about the referees. You get a lot of inside knowledge there with the league. It's interesting, and entertaining as well. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Sixers here, and a lot of the stuff that reporters can't or don't want to report. Well, these guys are going to report it.
Oh yeah. These guys have no filter. But then again, they didn't get a journalism degree, so they don't have a code of ethics as far as that goes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing about being a journalist or being a columnist. A lot of these reporters, they hold back a lot of things for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons is because that's part of being a journalist. So case in point, say what you want about him. Stephen A. Smith, he's a journalist first.
Yep.
Say journalist, columnist. Say he knows where the bodies are buried. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he holds back a lot. He can slay a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't. And there's a reason for that. But these players, oh God, they have no filter
whatsoever. It's interesting when you see some of the ex-players podcasts. It really, 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 really crazy.
They have no filter unless it's a fellow player that they like.
Right.
Let's say that.
And coach. There's no doubt about
coaches that they like.
Yeah.
If they like you, they're not going to say everything. But if they don't like you, oh man, they're going to roast you.
Yep, there's no doubt about that. Of course, Rasheed Wallace's favorite coach, Hubie Brown. Hubie Brown, and Lehman from the Sixers, Lehman too. Back in the day, and he was a coach of the. Lehman was his name, Lehman, right? I got it right? I think so. The Philly guy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Jovan here, Sixers here, lay the 5.5 against the Lakers. 7 Eastern time. They're warming up right now on NBA TV. All right. Jovan, let's take a look at pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, we do have NBA on the board. Jovan's having a great NBA season. 1,000 units of profit evenly here at the site. NFL on the board, college hoops. What do you have going on over at Pick.com Premium?
Yeah, I got on one play. It's the Monday Night Football play. Only put that one out for today For my longer term subscribers, I have 2 college basketball players. So if you rock with me on the 3-day, the 7-day, 30-day, or the yearly, you're gonna get 2 additional plays that I think are real hitters. Matchman, one of the other handicaps for the 2-for-1 capital promotional. I took had a little slippage in the NFL, but guarantee you, week 13, gonna be fire. So you might want to check up on me on the NFL next week, but I got some strong plays coming. You know what I'm saying? So Matchman, one of the other handicappers, like I said, and you can't go wrong here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Got both Jovan Burts over at Pick Dog. Great NFL, great NBA season. Doing fantastic work. Get on board. This is the time of the year. Get those long-term passes. That 1-month pass is perfect now. We got all this NFL, NBA coming up, college hoops as well as college football. Getting into the bowl season with that 1-month pass. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. It was Jimmy Lynam. We're getting some people in the chat room come in back in the day. It's going back way back in the NBA there with our man Jimmy Lynam. All right, Jovan. Have a great night. Great week. We'll catch up with you again here on Friday.
Absolutely. Have a great night. We'll see you on Friday.
We'll see you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. Guys, you missed a pick. We will recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Up next, Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dog. We'll bring Rod in right now. It's been very good to us here on the show. Ready to go with Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much. Still feasting for feast week, buddy.
That's right.
I don't think I lost a pick. No losers. I think we lost a couple of side bets on some goal scorers, but other than that, our main place, we went 7-2 with a plus 1959 this weekend.
Wow.
Feast
nice.
in the drive-thru. So
right.
If you haven't tuned into the drive-thru, you better start tuning into the drive-thru because not only are we hot on the drive-thru, plus over at pickdogs.com.
That's right.
So jump
That's
over
right.
there.
Rod,
we're killing football, killing hoops.
And it's not just
everywhere we look.
It's not just this span. It's been since we started the drive-thru. Rod has been really hot. See, Rod needs to get those that winner's circle pass because man, this dude hits these late plays like you can't believe. He comes in strong with
it's the late plays. I love these late info plays, and if you tune into the drive-thru, you've been getting them. Yeah, you've been making money and crushing the.
Yeah, Rod moved the late night. He says, "Listen, I want to give out the plays late because that's my strength."
It is. It's huge because you get all the information. You know who's in. You know who's out. You know which goalie's starting, which guy's not starting. And look, it just equates to money in our pockets. So definitely tune into the drive-thru. It's good money.
That's right. Rod's been money.
We used to have the late info thing. We used to have that late info thing available, and then now it's not, and it's over here at the drive-thru. So
drive-thru, and then we'll see. By time to get one Rod's all access when they get him with Costi. Get him with Costi the way he's been running here. Here we go tonight. We're going to the ice. Another coach goes down. Our man over in Minnesota. We kind of saw that coming because they don't have a lot of patience in the NHL.
He lasted this long.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm surprised he lasted this long. The way the season started and the way that the Wild have been going, I'm surprised he lasted this long. Not his fault that the players no defense on the Wild. Giving up 4 goals a game? Woo-hoo-hoo. That's how dead last the NHL. You're going to get bye-bye. Next.
Yep. It's just that is the least secure position in any sport as NHL coaches, man, I'll tell you.
NHL coach. Yeah. He takes the fall for everything. Everything. The NHL coach, he's taking the fall.
Yeah, they go down fast there, man. They don't waste time. It doesn't matter how many cups you won. It doesn't matter.
No, they don't. It's what you've done for me lately, not what you've done last year. No, wait, and that's what happened now. And you lost. So we're out. Next.
It should be NPL, no patience league. That's what it is. No patience league.
No patience league. Yeah, no patience league. Yeah, exactly.
None. All right, here we go. Lightning, Avalanche going head-to-head. Lightning making some news. See if the goalie's back. We'll find out from Rod. Avalanche laying $1.26, total 6.5.
Yeah, big news. This will be Andrei Vasilevsky's second start for the Lightning. He made a start last time out, and the Lightning looked real good in that game. With him starting, the motivation is back, and it's huge because you look Johansson, the backup goalie that has been going for the Lightning. He's been hanging in there, but if you look, he owns the number 1 spot, so he owns a good record in the NHL. But the record is for goals against. He's given up 58 goals for the Lightning as Johansson. So the Lightning happy to see Andrei Vasilevsky back in goal for this one. And you look on the other side, Georgiev's going to get the start here for the Avalanche. Guess what? Georgiev's on that list I just mentioned of goalies who've been giving up goals early and often. Georgiev's given up 49 goals this season. That is good for third on the list for the most goals given up by a goalie this season. guess what? He's right behind the Sharks goalie, who's only given up one more goal than Georgiev of the Avalanche this season. So that puts into equate how this Avalanche defense has been. Now you got the rough team favorite. This is a goalie battle. Georgiev, as I said, been giving up goals left and right. Vasilevsky back in net for the Lightning. Lightning 7-3 the last 10 versus these Avs. Remember who beat the Avs, or the Avs beat to win the cup? It was the Lightning. You know what? Since then, Tampa's outscored them 5-0 and 3-0. It's been ugly. Tampa's been like, no chance you're going to beat us again. And with Vasilevsky in that, you're going to give us plus price. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning and the money line in this one.
All right, Rod here, Lightning plus 111. Rod will have some bonuses, but first we'll let everybody know what Rod has. We're getting near the top of the hour. So, Rod, let everybody know what you have going over at Pick Dog Premium. You've been hot here last 7 days, now up to 1,000 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dog Premium. Coming off a winning day yesterday. Rod showing a great profit in the NFL this year, off to a hot start in college basketball, also showing plus in college football. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, I've got my NFL Mega Money Blast. I went 5-0 yesterday in the NFL, looking to sweep the week. So jump aboard that. You can get it singly. Or I've got my 10-star play of the day, 4-0-1 in the last 5 on it. We got a push with the Eagles yesterday on it. 69-1 the last 166 of those 10-star plays of the day. And that's on the ice. Love that play on the ice. So 2 plays over there at Pick Dogs Premium. I've got 1 more bonus plays for long-term subscribers. So jump aboard for the week. Use that promo, and we'll continue to crush the books coming up this week as well. Love this week's action. We've got the college football championship week. So that's always good. Sunday, NFL coming up as well. Thursday. So now's the time. Grab something long-term. So much sports overlapping instead of buying all these packages individually. Grab a long-term and join me for the week as we continue to crush the books.
Rod's crushing the books, guys. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off there. Yeah, Rod, going back to this Lightning Avalanche, of course, there was no question about the goalie, right? Electing to go to surgery there when the season started on company time.
On company time. And the Lightning survived his little bit. He actually did really well ahead of his recovery. He was supposed to be about middle of December, and look, it's not even December, and he's already back. So he did wait on company time to do the surgery, but hey, he's back early. His recovered for that, and he looked good in game 1. And it's just that when he goes in the goal, that team just gets up. They're all like, yeah! They scored 8 goals for him, and won 8-2 in that game. So go with the Lightning here until the books recover on what's going on. You like the Lightning.
I like the Lightning. All right, Rod. Any other things on the card catch your attention today? We saw college hoops. Oakland, who I think was a popular dog, already up 29-25 on Xavier. That was a big dog up right now. Up 31-25, up by 6.
Up by 6 early in the first half of that one. No surprise in there. Oakland, sure, they had a soft schedule. I was a little bit, we'll see what happens. It's still a long hoops to go there. I would lean to Xavier to roll them in that one. But Oakland's hanging around. I'm not enamored. I got no college hoops today. It's just one of those cards. It's like, there's a couple leads that I was leaning at, but it's like, nothing that I want to jump out and.
Nothing that really grasps your attention. Nothing really grasps. Any grasp your early lines in college football and championship week? Anything catch your eye?
The one that did grab my attention, I like Elon here. Elon, it's down to 3.5. I know it's the 1-hole, 2-hole blue hose. It's Presbyterian. It's Monday. The hosts will be tired after a big long weekend. You know how the hosts work the weekend crowd. Come on, they're gonna be tired on the Monday. I think Elon comes in and wins by 8 in that one. And the one I looked at that I see is Oregon by 9.5. It's the ones that jumped out at me the most. I was like, why? I'm gonna take Washington plus 9.5. I'm sorry, that's just too many. I'm sure the Ducks are good and Bo Nix, but so is Washington and Penix Jr. That's gonna be a battle, and you're gonna give me 9.5 right now. I'm gonna take it.
The line move, the one that moved here was Georgia. Georgia opened 4.5, moved to 6.5 at the sharpest book right now.
And you still get 6.5 Georgia?
Yeah.
You know why? Because everybody's seen what Alabama did. It's kind of like, were they playing possum? I don't know. I think Alabama might have been looking ahead a little bit to this game. If that is 7, I want Alabama. I think it might. I think I'm not trying to jump on that yet, but I think if that hits 7, I'm on Alabama. Because I think it's a 3-point game anyway. So even 6.5 now, I think that's not a bad place to be.
The Texas
Georgia,
game.
and you look Georgia.
Yep.
Georgia Tech gave them a fright. Come on,
Yeah.
they didn't look crisp last week. Maybe they were going to head to Alabama a little bit this week too, but
Interesting here with that Florida State with a backup quarterback laying 2.5 against Louisville in this game. In ACC
it's
championship.
Where's Louisville done all their work this season? At home.
At home, yeah.
When Louisville has won big, they've been at home. On the road, scary proposition for Louisville.
Yeah, they look terrible against. Remember that NC State game when they should have blown out and they couldn't cover against. Yeah, remember that one? That was horrible.
They couldn't cover.
No,
that was horrible. It was horrible. Stay on the road away from Louisville. It's been scary proposition for the Cardinals on that one. So I would take Florida State even with the backup. They got the job done this week, didn't they?
Yep. SMU moved to a 6-point dog because their quarterback Preston Stone out for the rest of the year with that broken leg. Tulane's going to lay 6 in the AAC championship game.
Yeah, I would lay it. Without him in there, man, that's a tough ask. You're gonna throw a quarterback on championship week at Tulane starting to roll. That's a tough ask for SMU. Tough play. That's terrible because SMU was rolling. Ooh, yeah. They were rolling with him in there. So
they put 50 on the board against Navy in the half. Remember that one? Navy had 50 in the
half, right? I looked at the score, was like, holy man.
Navy there. This one's a tough one. This game up here is a head scratcher. Boise State and UNLV. This will be UNLV, the Mountain West championship game. A lot of controversy. People thinking San Jose State should be here. They played well down the stretch, the Spartans, and they actually beat UNLV. UNLV, I guess, based on the computer rankings, over San Jose State. They're Boise State favored 2.5. It's in Vegas against UNLV Mountain West title game.
I can understand why I thought San Jose would have been here. I agree. It should be San Jose State here. They went into UNLV and they got the job done in a hostile environment. They won and beat them outright. I don't know. In this one, sure, UNLV. They have had a nice season, but I think I got to go with Boise in that one.
Yeah.
They're just Boise's just the better team, and I think they just run it right up. UNLV's lucky to be into this position, and I don't think they handle it well.
Nope. There we go. We got it from Rod here with some a little extra stuff here from Rod. We can find out what he has to pick dogs from him. Rod, as always, great having this show. We're looking forward again to your NHL video series. Back again tomorrow.
Definitely a massive card tomorrow. We got 10 hockey games plus a parlay video, so 11 videos. Like, subscribe, that way you get notified when those videos drop, and you get the best of the number with us. Appreciate everybody that tunes in, and let's start the week off strong like we did last week, and crush the books. Crush them good.
That's right. Crush the books indeed, guys. Get on board with Rod Zawacky and crush the books. All right, Rod, have yourself a great night. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Have yourself a good night, everybody. Good luck with your bets. Let's continue to crush the book, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive To. Let's continue on here on the show. Let's get to the recap, then we'll get to my pick, because my pick comes up a little later tonight. So let's go ahead and get the recap in. Brian was on Trailblazers plus 12 against Pacers. David liked the Capitals puck line. Lay the puck and a half plus 110 against the Sharks. Jay is on the Pistons. Lay the 2.5 against Wizards. Brad says Brad likes Utah plus 4.5 against St. Mary's. Jovan, Philadelphia 76ers lay the 4 against the Lakers. Rod, Lightning plus 111 against Avalanche. I'll be on Santa Barbara here plus the 1 against Fresno State. The one I like the most would be Brian's pick on the Blazers here against the Pacers, a team that's playing poor defense. I'm not going to lay 12 with a team that plays as bad a defense as those Indiana Pacers. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-through. I'll get to my pick here. UC Santa Barbara here and Fresno State. We'll take the point here with the Gauchos here. This one will be. I thought it might have. No, it will not. That'll be Mountain West Network carrying this one. That's right. It's Fresno State home game. But we're going to take the Gauchos. Gauchos really good 3-point shooting. Remember, this is a team that went to the NCAA tournament last year and coming off a 27 win team. They do bring back their top scorer from last year. Fresno State, a program that won just 11 games last year. They were 6-12 in the Mountain West. They lost to every NCAA tournament team they faced from the Mountain West last year. We look at the Gauchos, 41% from three, a strong shooting team inside. They make their free throws, strong on the glass on both ends. And Fresno State is a team that turns over the ball, and they don't defend the three-point line very well, giving up 38% and 51% around the bucket. We'll take the Gauchos here at +1. All right, over at Pick Dogs Premium, I got the best bet up there from the NFL, as well as an NBA premium play on the board for you right now. You can get on board with my long-term pass, my 3-7 or 30 All Sports Pass, get all my premium plays for that time. You select when you go to my handicap page and make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save that 15% off. You can also add multi-cappers with that multi-capper promotion, making it even a greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's recap. We recapped it for you, so we're going to send you out. That's going to do it for this edition of the drive-thru, guys. Be sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and they'll give their plays for you here on the show. And don't forget, it always gets started with that morning show live here at, during the week, 10:30 a.m. each time. You got Mitch, you got Jay, and of course you got Chris with that morning show. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tool show is roundtable discussion with the professionals. We have the wraparound NHL video series with Chris. Jay's jam session, NFL and NBA, every game on the board pick for you. Halftime tonight with Mitch and Jay, so make sure you guys set those notifications, as well as Brad Francis with his parlay video. Brad's been running hot. Nick Mencken for his touchdown as well. Prop videos for you. Mills with the props, with the UFC rundown as well from Mills. We also have Romanelli with his college football, as well as his college basketball rundown for you here on the channel. And of course, we've got more and more content. Costi with his All Access. We also have Big Al's All Access video. You want to check that one out as well. Getting a lot of good accolades as well. And of course, Against the Public Betting with Dana Lane. So guys, make sure you check all that out, like and subscribe. That's going to do it. Let's bring in our crew for tonight. And we goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch up with you again here